longest trip with the car since the engine's been in the car, let alone since we rebuilt the engine. So wish me luck, guys. So you saw a couple of clips of the cars that were there for the drive. I wasn't able to take any videos, unfortunately, of me driving because I was driving. I don't have a GoPro or anything, I need to get one of them. But the only thing that happened, I was the only car that actually broke. So again, the I don't know if you can quite see in there, let's zoom in a bit. You see there's just a loose strap, or there's no strap there at all. So my fuel tank strap yet again snapped, and I was just running around the whole way back home on one strap, which is not great, but I don't have many other options. So again, I need to fix that. What else happened? This popped up. Couldn't get that. Go back down, and I'm going to check the oil consumption as well, and just to see what we're looking like. Just check the oil, it seems to be pretty minimal, which is great news. It wasn't really smoking as well. Before the rebuild it was smoking really badly, so if I was putting my foot to the floor, back off and dab the throttle, there's a big plume of white smoke. It wasn't doing that. I mean, these engines are always a little bit smoky, but it was certainly nothing bad. The people behind me were telling me that it was wasn't doing anything bad. The other thing that was quite nice about this car, because the exhaust got nice and hot, had loads of little pops and bangs and stuff from the exhaust, which is quite nice, really quite like that. The other thing to say is, because of the tank resting down, it's actually resting on the exhaust, so you can hear that as well. So yeah, definitely need a better method of attaching that, attaching the fuel tank, because I can't let that happen again. And I have seen in other people's videos, there's one particular guy, Danny DC2 on YouTube, and he both of those straps let go and his tank came down and went underneath the car and stuff, and just really dangerous. So obviously I want to avoid that. But other than that, the engine ran really well. Didn't overheat, didn't do anything it shouldn't do, just had that strap come loose. The only other thing I was going to say about the car was that what was quite uncomfortable is the bars. That's what it is. These bars, they basically end up going into your back. So this one's got a lot worse recently, I think. But these bars are really uncomfortable, and I just think it's about time that I got a new seat. Also, one of the welds is broken down there, so not particularly safe anymore. I need to get a proper seat. I think I need to get an actual racing seat. I've tried to track down a subframe, and then I need to go ahead and buy a seat. But then again, you get into the whole thing of, do I actually need racing harnesses and all that stuff. So I'll think about that another time, but that seat's got to go. I know that much. But the other things to say is my temporary brakes held up as well. You can see here, fully scrubbed in now. These aren't even on the good pads or anything. I've got green stuff pads on the back, but these are, I don't know what they are. Lockheed Delphi pads. So nothing even that special, but they did hold up remarkably well. They didn't overheat or anything like that. They just did their job. The Toyo Proxies were also pretty good. Again, these are just a budget tyre, and I'd really like some proper tyres for the car, because I think it kind of deserves it now. Because these are just like a budget tyre, so I'm gonna probably have to get some better tyres, but there's a lot of life left on these tyres, so it's whether or not I even need to do that. But like I say, the whole engine stood the test of time. Also, what was nice is all my gauges in there. All my gauges were working faultlessly. It was really nice to be able to have oil pressure, fuel pressure, everything just there for you to read, so you can just figure out if anything strange has happened to your engine or not. But it wasn't. So there are a lot of other much faster cars, but I think it was doing a good job keeping up just about. There's a few cars that were a little bit slower than the rest of them, and I think it wasn't exactly falling behind, but that was quite encouraging really, because this is probably one of the lowest power cars there really, but it's very light, and through twisty bends and stuff I think it was really holding its own. So yeah, not the fastest car in the world, but I've certainly had a lot of fun in it. I definitely got much more confidence on a big drive like that it can certainly do the job. And other than the tank straps, the engine itself was perfect. The other thing I did as well was underneath the car, you won't be able to see it of course, but the gear shift, that was a little bit off before, and I just tightened up the bolt below and that gave a lot of better feeling into third and fifth, because one of my friends drove the car previously, and he told me that the third and fifth felt like a synchro was going or something like that, but actually I tightened up that little bolt, and I'll show you that at a later date, and yeah, it just made the shifting into third and fifth perfect. I didn't crunch it all once, so that was really nice. I actually have ordered some new parts for my shifting as well, which I'll show you in a future video. This is the strap in question. You see that side is the side at the front that stayed, and this side I fell down. I couldn't stop straight away, so you see it's all, you know, rubbed quite heavily, but what happens is they just get corroded, get weak, and then basically fracture there. And this is what causes the strap to come down, but it's actually the second one that's come down so far. I think I've got another one, and I know that MB6 ones for a start work. I don't know how much confidence I have in these, so I might try and at least find something different, or at least buy a brand new one that isn't already corroded, because I can't let that happen to me again. I was pretty concerned that the other one would snap as well and I'd be in serious trouble, but there's nothing I could do about it at the time. So there we have it. Anyone who's got one of these Civics, watch out for these straps, because they do let go. Like I say, second one that's happened to me within a year and a half, so by now they're all very rusty. Watch out. Just thought I'd show you my collection of these broken things. So this is obviously the one that just happened. This one again snapped there. Seems like it doesn't snap that side, it always snaps that side. So these two were from the original car, and this is the spare I have for an MB6, or actually it's an MC2, but similar thing, and looks to be in much better condition. Is a bit rusty, but it's not starting to snap across there, so I can run that instead. And I think what happened last time was I only swapped out one of them, the one that snapped, so probably should have replaced that too, but you can see these are both in much worse condition than this one. And yeah, I'm going to put that back on, and that should resolve my issue. But I think in the future as well, I really need to think about what I'm going to do long term, because it's not a very good situation that these can snap on you. Particularly, you should watch out if you're running the original straps that are, however old they are now, coming up to 30 years old now, these straps. So just watch out, because they're going to fail on you. And at least if you have one that's from a car from 2000, it's, you know, it's like 10 years younger. Still not great, but need to figure out what the proper solution is for this, but this will be a good start. But other than that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a look at the Instagram, and that's got a few more clips and photos and stuff like that. And yeah, thank you very much.